Yeah, I'm Yash Sharma, and I've been working in IT industries for past 5.11 years. Before that, I completed my BCA from DAV University, Indore. After that, I completed my MCA degree from VIT Vellore in 2018. After that, I have just worked as a software engineer and what I say NCS Private Limited in Indore. And I was served on almost 3 years on there. After that, I joined the Tech Mahindra and Wipro. So, and that's my fourth company. And most of the time, I'm relevant. My work experience is come to around always in Java mostly and Java 1.8. Then after that, I've just also used Spring Boot. And then in one project, I have just worked on Angular 8. Recently, I'm just exploring my knowledge about in Angular 18 also. And in one project, as a very initial stage, I was working in microservices in Kafka.
Okay, great. So you are from Indore, basically.
Yeah,
Okay. Which area?
it's Sukriya.
Suklia. Okay.
Yeah, I guess you are also.
I'm from 100 kilometers north. It's called Maithpur.
Could you please?
Maithpur.
Oh, you are from Mindpur. Yeah, yeah, fine, fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So fine. So you have started working with microservices, right? So what are the things you have learned for starting work?
Uh, as of as of now, in microservices, at I was very work in a very initial stage. So I just know about whatever the architecture of that, how to create some whatever the repositories and whatever the services are there to work on that, and little bit knowledge about that. At that moment, I was work like to how to just create some service registry and just creating all these things. So these the things I've just worked in microservices. Not too much. I just already mentioned that it's a very initial stage. I have
Yeah,
worked on
yeah.
that.
So you have used the service registry, right? Have you created service
Mm-hmm.
registry?
Mm-hmm.
So which thing you have used for creating service registry?
The very first thing, first of all, we just need to create a proper another application for that Spring Boot application for that to create an for that particular registry. And after that, whatever the services, we just need to combine at that. So at that moment, I just know about that. Just work to create some address REST template to connect connection between two services. So with the help of REST template, we just connecting things like connecting the services.
Okay. So you have used Kafka, right? Or you have learned or you have used?
Oh, sir, to be honest, I'm just having basically a proper knowledge, normal knowledge on that. Not too much work on that.
Okay. So what are the things you have more focused on while working?
Okay, so in the context of Kafka, sir, I just know about that. It's what I say, messenger was there, and it just between a bridge between a service like consumer and what I say supplier or what I say yeah, consumer and supplier. So it just managing the whatever the messages are there to which help to what I say as a traffic. So that may clear very easily and it may run faster our applications.
Okay.
So with
No
the in
problem.
between the consumer,
My question was like, what are the things you have more focused on in while working?
mostly I've just okay. Mostly we have just working on Java 1.8 and Spring Boot. Mostly I'm just working on a backend part. And in 1 year, I've just also work on in a Angular 8 point.
Okay, got it.
Mhm. Yeah. Actually, after Spring, there are two different phases are there like backend and also backend like Spring Boot and microservice and Kafka and another full stack like Spring Boot and after that it's Angular.
Okay.
Yeah.
So So, can you tell me how will you call a service from another service
In what, like in Angular?
using REST template? Yeah.
Okay, sir, I'm just asking you one question. Like in Angular or Spring Boot on what you just asked me, like
Okay.
services.
So, uh, how many years you have worked on Angular?
Sir, it's maybe 1 year.
Okay. So, you can call me Gaurav. Okay. And fine. If you are okay with Angular, you can tell me about that. Yeah. How do you call? Yeah.
So whenever we just routing to just route between two services or two components. So at that moment we just use at the rate route. Router link component was there, and after in Angular 18, we don't want to just use at the rate ng module on that. So we just because all the components are standalone. So on the top of that, first of all, we just need to import add a router link, and after that we just need to what I say passing two things like in path we just need to create a we just need to write a URL and whatever what the component are there, and the second one is the component name in component tag, and after that in services mostly we have just used address injectable to describe these things.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, you have worked with TypeScript, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
what is the difference between interface and type?
Interface is just like a method declaration to just like it's a part of abstraction. I just know about that interface. So whenever we just need to define a feature in our application, so that interface is the best option to define that things.
Okay. And the type?
Yeah. No, sir. I don't know about that.
Okay. Fine. So, how do you route in Angular?
Okay. So basically, routing just like sir, there is one central component is there, which is the main, which is always is present in every component. So first of all, that main component, we just need to use either a router link was there. This module was there, so we just need to import in our application. After that, on that particular file, we just need to define that route module was there. So after on that particular things, there are two things we just need to define. First one is path, and the second one is component name. So in path, we just need to pass URL, and in component, we just need to describe a component name of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when you are calling a REST API, did you face any issue while any error or something or any challenges?
Yeah, yes, sir. Most of the time, I just know about that. As I mentioned, at very initially said I've just worked. So at that moment, REST template was very. It's like what I say. It's a. It's not a cup of my tea at the, was not a cup of my tea at that moment. Like how to just connect with these things, and even most of the time I'm just what I say work in a mostly we have just work in a monolithic architecture, so that is a difficult that makes a difference from that. Even after service registry or REST template, we can also use we have to also use some Eureka servers was also there, and this one is another a property or another service. So at that moment, that was the challenging part for me at that time.
Okay. So, have you used JWT?
No, sir.
Okay. Auth?
Sir, I just know about that, but actually in my project in one application, and there was a particular team who just handled these things. So auth is just used what I say for Spring security. I just know about that, and with the help of authentication authorization part was there are there in Spring Auth. or auth. So after with the help of that, we can authorize our application or authenticate.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, have you worked on Hibernate in JPA?
Mhm.
Okay. So, can you explain how do you include JPA in your project?
Okay, so there are some repository, our application in Spring Boot or in backend. There are four different classes are there, or four different services are there. Like first one is a controller and at the or REST controller. Second one is the service classes where we just need to write a business logic in there. After that, there is one is at the repository. So at that things, we just need to define a databases, whatever the connection between the databases are there with our backend part. So these are defined on the at the repository class. So at that moment, we just you need to extend at the CRUD repository or JPA repository in our application. With the help of that, we do not need to worry about that to write a code of for a particular add, update, delete, and all these things. That CRUD repository is handling all these things very efficiently.
So, you are using CRUD repository or a JPA repository?
Sir, CRUD is just like a child of that JPA, as I know about that. So whenever we just need to use at the rate CRUD repository, they are just using, they are just giving us only a CRUD operations are there. But if suppose if we just will need to extend some more what I say operations are there, so that at that moment we just use at the JPA repository instead of CRUD repository.
Okay. Can you
Yeah.
explain cross origin resource sharing?
Yeah.
CORS.
Sir, yeah, definitely, sir. Sir, the thing was that, Gaurav, the thing was that whenever we just need to create a particular application in backend, so at that moment, we just write on the top of the controller class at the REST controller. So the things that is happen, like the all the things, whenever we just need to what I said, retrieve or store the data from in backend to database, so that will be work fine. And whenever we just need to create a connection between Angular and a REST controller or a backend. So at that moment, we just need to define at the rate cross origin annotation was there on the top of in the controller classes. After that, we can be able to we can be made a connection between them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, where do you write in Angular or in Java?
In Java, sir, I just work mostly in I've just used these things in Java
Okay. Uh,
control classes. Yeah.
yeah. Can you write that snippet and share your screen and write?
For what? At the cross origin.
Yeah.
I just know right hybrid cross origin on the right of the hybrid filter clauses simply. So I just need to define or write these things on a notepad.
Okay, fine. So, you have used this API gateway?
API gateway in microservices, sir,
Yeah.
or normally like in front end to back end.
You have used in there API gateway?
Okay, sir. API gateway is just a part of microservices. As of now, I know about that. So, sir, no, not honestly. I didn't work on that too much level in microservices. But in case of API, in case of backend to Angular, so at that moment there is one file was there, application.yml file. So where we just need to where we have just need to write a particular API, and that particular API is also put on the part of at the cross origin part was there. So with the help of that, we just need to define that particular controller is just specifically made for a particular things, for a particular component or particular class. So that's the use of API gateway as of now. I know.
Okay.
Mhm.
So can you tell me, you have worked on Java 1.8, right?
Mhm.
So how the lambda expression works?
Lambda expression is like a function that can be shared or referred as an object. So, and basically, most of the time, whenever we just need to create a function interface, the lambda expression mostly we have just used. It's just like an anonymous method with have no what I say. Uh, no class name was there, no method name is there, no expression was there, and we just need to define simply an anonymous method. So with the help of that, we just we just reduce the more boilerplate code, whatever we just need to describe a particular things instead of lambda expression
So it is a anonymous class or anonymous method?
method.
Method. And what is anonymous
Yeah.
class?
Anonymous class is just like what I say. Mm, no, I don't know. Class.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is functional interface?
Okay, function interface is just like a single abstract method interface, and it just allow a one interface in our body contain only one abstract method.
Okay.
Like even after that one abstract method, if you just need to define another one, so that will just give an error. Whereas at the rate functional interface annotation is just optional. If you don't want to require on that, so that will be fine for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is runnable?
Okay. Runnable is just like a interface to just describe that I mostly use for as an optional classes point of view. So at that moment, I just know what's that.
Uh, so Sorry, can you come again? Why you have used runnable for?
Uh, Contain it just contain only run method to just so these are mostly we have I just know about that to work on a optional classes maybe. But yeah, I just know about that. There is one method, run method was there in on runnable interface.
Okay. So what kind of interface is runnable interface?
Mm, no, sir. I need to check these things.
Okay, this is a functional interface.
Yeah. It's a function interface. There are too many other function interfaces also there, but I just need to check this one runnable interface.
Yeah. So can you create your own functional interface?
Yeah, we can create.
So how can we create our own functional interface?
Like first of all, we just need to describe a particular interface. On the top of that, we just need to define under it function interface was there, and after that, we just need to define one abstract method on that. And if suppose we just use added function interface annotation just because of to check whether if another person or another developer who just work on that particular class which was created by mine, so at that moment they just gonna notify that that a particular is a function interface. If you use another one abstract another method or need to create, so at that moment we just need to they just give an error, so we can use that
Okay.
create.
So what are the limitations of lambda?
Limitations of lambda is just like sir Gaurav, whatever the things we need to write only one anonymous method was there, and if suppose there is a one line structure are there or one line what I say statement, so at that moment we just need to define simply with the help of normally in what I say we don't need to define a particular method name or a modifier out there. They just only describe only whatever the things like take an example like a comma b, and we just put in a bracket, and after that we just write what I say put a particular arrow method, And after that, whatever the thing is there, we just need to write a plus b, whatever the operation we just need to want, we can use these things.
Okay. Can you share your screen and create a thread using Runnable with Lambda?
Uh, no, sir. I really very apologize to write that particular code just because of I don't know about that in not too much about it work in thread.
Okay. Fine. Create some employee. So suppose any functional interface can you use in Lambda?
Yeah,
Don't
sure.
create the thread. Just create. Use a functional interface in Lambda.
Just a moment, sir. Normally, we just need to define or what I say. You just need a particular ID for that. Is my screen is visible?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Yeah. Suppose there is one interface, like what I say. You just add employee. Okay. Uh, employee. Yeah.
Okay. So what is happening here?
The thing was that first of all, we just need to define a particular interface. On that particular interface name is employee. In that particular on that particular whereas it's a function interface, because we just need to describe particular abstract method it was there. Only one method is there, and after that we just need to write a particular class and one method. After that we just need to meta what I say object of that employee class of and that we just need to write a particular lambda expression with the help of that. With the help of that, whatever the things of that particular object is there, with the help of lambda expression, they just put they just took Yash Sharma as an string, and after that, whatever the string is there, we just need to what I say load in a result, and we just need to call e this one that particular object, and with the help of that particular object reference, we just use at that particular interface method to write to call, and after that we just need to shout. So with the help of shout, that particular yes Sharma is just printed. So employee interface having that particular. Hello.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Even if you want to describe one more another things to take an example, so definitely I'll try my level best to do that.
No problem. Uh, have you worked with multi-threading?
Yes, sir. It was my bad to just didn't work on that too much. Not work in multi-threading part.
Okay. So,
Otherwise, if I had some, definitely I just
yeah,
what I say,
I
gave an
know.
example of
Yeah,
yeah,
got it.
right, runnable.
Yeah. So,
You may ask question if suppose if you want to ask about it in multi-threading. I'll try my level best to answer on that.
can you explain the exception handling hierarchy?
Okay. So, okay, exception handling is just one of the best feature to catching the exception whatever there in occurs in our application. So, with the help of try catch is there, and there are two type of exceptions are there: try and catch. Sorry, checked and unchecked. Checked is just like mandatory to handle, and unchecked is it's not mandatory to handle these things. So, whenever we just talk about checked exceptions with the help of try catch block with there, if suppose at that moment if in try block there are too many specific what I say exceptions are there, so at that moment there is a multiple catch can be allowed to handle these things. So first of all, with if suppose there are multiple catch block is there, so at that moment, first priority is just go with the child block, and after that, last priority will given to the parent block. If suppose if we do not maintain this order, so suppose there is a one arithmetic exception is there, and parent class is parent class of that exception is exception class. So whenever if suppose we just put catch first priority to catch as a direct parent class exception, so that particular cursor or implemented that part does not go with exception arithmetic expression. They just catch on a first block, and they just giving an output which is not specific. It's already have handled by that particular exception, but it's not giving specific exception or exception specific catch block.
Okay. Can you tell me the rules for the overriding? What are the things you need to keep in mind while overriding?
Uh, Overriding. Okay, overriding is a concept of polymorphism, and it's just like when parent class need to provide some default behavior and child class need to provide some specialized behavior. So at that moment, we just need to define this concept is called overriding, and there are two type of override what I say polymorphism, but this is mostly used for what I say compile time. So it's a dynamic overriding. That dynamic polymorphism is a part of that particular overriding. So that will be resolved at the compile time, not runtime. Maybe confused on that. Yeah. So with the help of that overriding method, we just need to put at the rate overriding method, but it's not optional. Uh, this concept may be not much used in Spring Boot because there is one feature is there. It's like what I say, dependency injection is there. So before in Spring Boot, sir, whatever whenever we just need to override a class, or whenever we just need to define a particular child and parent relation, so at that moment we just need to create an object and of that particular class. So at that moment, mostly we have just used either override method are there. But in Spring, we have a dependency injection out there. So with the help of auto void annotation, we just resolve most of the time using auto void annotations.
Okay. Can you tell me about configuration for MVC? Have you worked on it? Web
Yes, sir.
Web MVC
Yes,
configure?
sir. Yes, sir. Basically, in Spring, there are three type of bean configuration are there. First one is a XML. There is a second one is a Java based, and third one is a what I say annotation based. So whenever we just you write work on a Spring MVC, it's module view controller. So there is one class who just maintain the order of who just maintain all the beans, who just take care of all the beans are there. So there is one centralized class is there, and it's just like same as a whatever we just need to talk about module.ts in Angular. So this particular configuration class, we have to write address configuration on the top of that to define that particular class is configuration class. And after that, whatever we are there, so we have just putting these things on that. And there is one also annotation at the rate component scan. So that particular annotation, with the help of that, we just use to define number of components are there.
Okay. Can you tell me about the IOC container?
IOC container is maintain the what I say Java object, and it may, there are two things of IOC container maintain that manage what I say maintain the Java object from instantiation to destruction, and the second to provide dependency injection. So this is the main core part of that IOC container. It's an inversion of control.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Like Bean Factory, there are two, or what I say, with the help of Bean Factory and application context container. These are the concept. With the help of that, we can we just containing the things.
Can you explain the AOP aspect
Yeah,
oriented?
it's yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, can I take an example to explain this?
Yes, sure.
Suppose there's one project is there and it is fully completed, and after that, some of our build was there and some of the things are there, and or suppose if a client meeting was there and they just wanted to change some of the methods or some of the things we just need to define, but that particular changes just may what I say affect on whole the application or just or whole that particular class. So at that moment, there is one concept or there is one module of Spring. It's Spring AOP. AOP just provide a modularization. So just like the aspect is just like whenever we just need to write a particular point or particular method which has supposed to be put on that particular point. So there is one class. In that particular class, we just write particular aspects for the with respect to that particular class, and after that, there is some point cut and join points are there. So point cut is just like to identify that where the is just the annotation. So where just put on that particular missing method place. So we just need to put on that, and join point is just need to identify that particular point cut. So join point is just responsible to create a connection between that particular aspect on another class and to identify an point cut. So they just put that particular aspect on that particular point cuts.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm done from my side. If you have any question, you can ask.
Uh, First of all, I really very apologize to not give an example of those who are not satisfied with you. Like first of all, I'm just runnable interface. I really very apologize for that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
Yeah. Sir,
fine.
could you please let me know about that? What I say the JWT or auth. So I totally I don't know. Like not working on that, so I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's okay.